only having 1 win so far in the ACC, Stanford only having 2, and both teams capable of running with these teams. You've seen them start out strong and then not be able to close out games, and so that's what you're going to be able to see tonight. Who can put 4 quarters together and get the dub?
Here's Washenitz working in the mid-range.
This is what she's good to do, coming off screens, getting into her shot. She's got a quick release. Stanford's got to watch out for that.
Brooke Dimitri looking for Nunu Aguera. Just a little strong. Stanford is 3rd in the country in 3-point field goal percentage at 39% on the season.
And don't get it twisted. Nunu Aguera can definitely hit that shot. Against California last week, had 2 of 4 from the 3. But overall, her shot and her game is inside, working around that high post area.
She's a lefty shooter who loves to go right.
Quite opposite from me.
There's a travel on Washenitz.
And who's the catalyst? Shea Ijewoye. This is what she does, folks. She disrupts things on defense, gets you feeling sped up, and this is how she gets offense going for Stanford.
She's an absolute energy injector for the Cardinal.
Here's Nunu in that high post.
Elena Bosgana going baseline, banks it in. A nice take for the senior whose parents are here from Athens.
Which is
Greece, not Georgia, I should say.
There you go, exactly. Unbelievable trek for them to make it out and see Elena get a steal there, get some offense going for her team. She's had a quiet few games recently, so like to see her start it out quickly here.
Bosgana 2nd on the team in scoring and rebounding as Stanford turns it back over. Good pass out to Elmore. The stretch big cannot connect. Nunu open down low, but Elmore, that wingspan disrupting the pass. Washenitz open 3.
Quick release, as I mentioned. Brooke Dimitri doing some real work on Khadija Faye down there to box her out. She's a big body and she's really physical. Get you in foul trouble quick too.
Faye, a 6'4" center from Senegal. Brooke was just saying anybody but Faye for that rebound. Bosgana short on the 3. She can fill it up. She had a 10 for 10 game earlier this year when she went 5 of 5 from deep included in that.
She's one of those returning seniors that brings that poise on the offensive and defensive side for her team.
Kayla Johnson from the elbow. So both of Pitt's buckets have been right around that left elbow. I think there's a clock issue. Pitt with a 2-point lead, led by Tori Verdi, their 2nd-year head coach. He's won 220 games overall, formerly the head coach at UMass for 7 seasons, and was also a head coach at Eastern Michigan for 4.
Looks like Nunu Aguera must have had some blood there as Mary Ashley Stevenson just checked in for her.
Caitlin Knox, the athletic trainer, taking a look at Nunu right now. Stevenson, the former Big Ten Freshman of the Year at Purdue last season. Ijewoye getting into the teeth of the defense, but a little bit out of control.
Great charge take by Khadija Faye, just in great position. And if you're looking at your scout, you know that Ijewoye is capable of this. As much as she has a quick step, sometimes it can get a little bit out of control when she gets deep into the paint. So she's got to be able to pull up, see her teammates, and distribute.
You think that's just youth right there for Shea, the freshman?
Definitely some youth aspect to it, but I don't mind that. The aggression to the basket is going to be important for these smaller players to be able to get things going. And Chloe Clardy is on it defensively.
2 straight deflections on Elmore.
Who has inches on her.
Yes. Brooklyn Miles, wild shot. Here comes Tassil, the Santa Clara transfer. Got tripped up by Johnson.
Well, that's something that Ijewoye and Heel have in common. They pound that ball to the basket, and you appreciate that because that's how you get the defense moving.
Stanford, bit of a cold start for them offensively. They turned it over 3 times already. Just the 1 field goal from Nunu. Or Bosgana, I should say, rather. Good skip to Dimitri. Very effective three-point shooter herself.
Did you see that shot? I like to call them the water polo shots. Ball never leaves, goes down, stays above, quick release, keeps that high shot going. That's what Elena and Brooke Dimitri bring to the three-point game for Stanford.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult to contest.
Correct.
Stevenson going on Faye, who got a piece of it. Khadija Faye, the block.
It's a good take. She's got to make it a little bit quicker.
Looking to post up Faye.
Now watch what Stanford's doing on defense. You know that Khadija Faye is your focal point. Sag off your guard. Make it hard for them to get the ball inside.
Washington, it's a long two, and it's not long enough.
Stanford will take that shot over a Khadija Faye shot inside all day long.
Courtney Ogden into the game was looking to post up. This is Clardy. Has two defenders on her. And Dimitri from the corner. Sailed that one. Elmore couldn't collect. Stanford has missed its first 4 threes. And it's 1 for 6 overall.
Bosgana now back in the game. This hopefully will get something going offensively for Stanford.
Look for Nunu to put her head down, try to get to the rim. Very good at doing just that. Shot clock down to 4 for Ogden. Gotta make something happen. Good looking shot, just a little strong.
Pitt playing some solid defense, making things hard for Stanford to see anything.
Brooklyn Miles a 3. Tori Verdi would like her to be a little more aggressive offensively, looking for her offense there. That one didn't go. Just a pest on defense, though. That's what Verdi really likes about Brooklyn Miles, just gets into the ball handler. Brooke is wide open, and Dimitri cannot connect again.
She had time to think about that one. Right now, Pitt allowing them to take those shots because they're just not hitting.
Bosgana trying to get inside. Washington's with the help defense. And that'll take us to our under 5 mandatory. A low-scoring start to this one.
Trying to battle to where they were previously in the Pac-12, trying to make an impact in the ACC. Lots of tough competition.
Faye with another block on Clardy. It will go to Pitt. Khadija Faye, just we talked about her offense, but a big-time rim to turn as well.
One thing, if you watch Pitt's games, they stay in these games. Why? Because of the two-way capability of Khadija Faye. Not only being able to create offense, but also protect the rim.
Aaron Battle had it knocked free by Ogden, and it goes right to Faye. Stanford the rebound with Clardy.
And expect more of that with Faye. She'll shoot with 2 to 3 people on her.
Courtney Ogden, a nice take. We're all tied up.
Ogden having a more pronounced role on this team, coming in and just being someone with a nose for the ball, rebounding, and then also being able to take her defender to the basket like you just saw there.
Has been really solid the last 3 games. Give me that, says Dimitri. Heel getting bumped by Washington's.
Folks at home, play a game. How many times Heel and Ijiwoye will find their way on the floor? And there's Courtney Ogden taking her defender. Slow dribble, slow up, boom, I got you. First quick step, finish with the glass.
Kind of surprised they didn't call a foul on Washington's there.
But the dig in.
Nunu Aguirre to the line. Very effective free throw shooter as she draws the foul on Elmore.
I thought you were going to say very effective person to draw contact. That's
that too.
That she is skilled at.
Nunu, 78% foul shooter, 10th in the ACC among qualified free throwers. That gives Stanford the lead. She hits them both. Back comes Ijiwoye for the Cardinal, the freshman from Phoenix, making her 7th start of the season. They trap Miles.
Trap on with the full court press, almost get the turnover. This is something that they phased into their game defensively later on in this season, just being able to get teams frustrated 94 feet away from the basket.
Clardy, she's had like 3 or 4 deflections already today.
She is long, she's quick. And the thing is, she's quiet about it. She's not going to be a big-time, pest in the way that you see Shea Ijaway be, but she's going to make you think you have the pass, and then boom, long arm right in the way of the passing lane.
Miles, great take. Speeding to the 10 for the 2.
Small but mighty Miles.
He's played at Kentucky and Tennessee for this year at Pitt.
This Pitt team is kind of a hodgepodge of returners and transfers. They got 7 transfers on this team, all capable players that played in Power 4 schools, but in conferences, but trying to come together now, make something going on as Ogden misses at the basket.
It was a great take, everything but the finish for Courtney Ogden. Washington's cut off baseline. Aaron Battle, the sophomore. Nunu the rebound. Ijaway. Dimitri didn't catch it cleanly. Oh, a little short. Offensive rebound, Ijaway.
Think about how Ijaway just got that rebound. This is what she is capable of doing, folks. Getting deep into the basket and just pushing people out.
Clardy the layup off a nice feed from Nunu Aguera.
Aguera's court vision on display there. Whenever she gets in that high post and there's opportunities to backdoor cut, that's when Stanford can cook.
Faye getting a little bit of a breather right now. Washington's very capable from beyond the arc. Pitt still looking for its first 3 in this game, 0 for 4. Inside to Aguera, power dribble and blocked from behind by Elmore.
Expect Stanford to continue going to that high post play. Look at this high post bucket. Get in there, either go back door, nice little UCLA screen going right through, open on the back door, but you also see a 2-man game happening while Aguera has the ball in the high post. Lots of options when she gets in there.
Bosgana and 1. Quick hitter off the inbounds pass.
Bosgana's known for her 3-point shooting, but she can get inside and tussle.
Yes, she can. She's got some toughness to her for sure. She's got this fearlessness about her as well. Not afraid to take the big shots. It's the free throw to complete the 3-point play. Stanford pressing.
That press again.
Pitt does well. Faye. Travel.
And that's the thing about a press. You can get the ball across half court. You can get the ball all the way down into the paint. But guess what you feel? Sped up, unsettled. And that's what you saw, a travel as a result of that press.
Shea Ijaway working on that 3-point shot.
Stanford struggling with those corner threes.
They're 0 for 7 from deep. We haven't had a 3 either way. These teams have combined 0 for 12 from bonus distance. Johnson just kind of lost her footing as she caught it on the wing.
One thing that's been impressive so far tonight, Pitt has not been able, and let's watch this slip really quickly. That looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That looked uncomfortable. You saw that inside foot just kind of slip there.
I would have broke my ankle.
Yeah.
Ijaway still looking for our first 3 of the game.
3-point drought continues, but watch this on defense. Khadija Faye is an amazing post-up player, and Pitt has not been able to get her the ball.
It's only been on stuff like that.
Correct.
Rebounds, and she was bothered on that put-back attempt. Shot clock is off for the Cardinal. They can hold for 1.
I'm telling you, I watched Pitt against NC State. I watched Pitt against Virginia Tech. They got that ball inside to her like clockwork. This is great defense by Stanford.
Pitt played NC State really tough. Feeling amongst those that just kind of ran out of gas. That was a 2-possession lead game late in that one. Clardy to beat the buzzer. Cannot do it. Well, low scoring first quarter, but Stanford has created a little bit of separation. Up 11-6. First Final Four in 11 years.
I remember those Jane Appel days. I was watching in North Carolina and trying to learn everything I could from her in the post.
Knocked out of bounds. Good defensive possession to start by Pitt. And Panthers looking for their first NCAA tournament appearance in 10 years. They last went in 2015.
There it is, this cross screen for Khadija. They're not being able to get it in.
And there's three white shirts draped on.
Yeah, Stanford's playing it incredibly well.
Faye, she's got that shot in her bag.
Yes, she does.
Are they going to count it? There's a foul down low. Officials discussing amongst themselves. Our officials today, Lisa Jones, Rod Creech, and Brandon Enterline.
Elmore took a tough tumble to the ground there.
Count it.
And that Khadija Faye free throw shot. I am just not surprised that Shea Jawoye got tangled up in that, of course, as she's boxing out the bigger Michaela Elmore, trying to get her out of the paint, making sure that she's not going to get a lob over her. Just kind of got the chair pulled out from under her.
It is her second foul. I think Kate Pay can live with that just from a hustle, energy perspective.
Absolutely. Shea Jawoye had to do whatever she could to make sure she didn't get burned inside.
It's all of 5'6" going up against 6'3" Michaela Elmore there. Faye is blocked by Dimitri, and it went off Khadija Faye.
Wow. That is a big-time block. Look at that focus, shifting her feet, just making sure she stays in front. Brooke Dimitri, as Chloe Clardy goes down on the other end, that is a big-time block against a big-time post player in Khadija Faye. I know Faye wasn't expecting that.
No. Brooke Dimitri, she averages more than a block per game. So you see the foul there on Brooklyn Miles. Dimitri is 14th in the ACC in BPG.
There you go. Look at this defense from the Martians.
One of their best defensive players, according to Coach Verdi. In his second year at the helm. Nunu Aguirre going left with an elongated step there to get to the rim.
What a pretty move, just being able to swing through and get to the basket.
That was graceful from Aguirre. Faye on the follow.
That's where she's going to be able to eat on the offensive glass. You're going to have to push her back.
Faye, 4 points and 4 rebounds and 2 blocks. Bosgana getting to that strong hand, but has it sent away.
Khadija Faye getting a little payback. Not necessarily on Brooke, but on Stanford in general with that block.
She had a 5-block game earlier this year as Kennedy Ume checks in. Faye had a 25-point, 15-rebound, 5-block game against Robert Morris. It was the first such game in college basketball this season.
Kennedy Ume starting to slowly tick up her numbers, making an impact, not only using her size, just, I mean, doing a great job on the defensive end as well.
When we talk about Nunu being a big, she is also kind of a wing as well. Kennedy Ume is like their lone true big.
Correct.
And a nice pass to Elena Bosgana.
Love the patience from Kennedy Ume. You heard the crowd saying, shoot it. No, no, no. Wait and let that play out. Great distribution from Kennedy Ume to Elena Bosgana.
So Bosgana with 7 points to lead all scorers as Washington's is too strong.
Stanford is so good at making their reads, whether it's the backdoor cut, being able to get and set up their defender for a screen cut through the paint. I mean, they are incredibly skilled at that.
High low to Ume, knocked away. Good help defense from Washington.
Riley Washington saw that in-help defense, left her defender, and was able to help on the backside. It's key awareness. Keep your head on a swivel.
Has a pretty famous second cousin, does Washington. It's Mary Lou Retton, gold medal gymnast.
Oh, casual.
1984, yeah. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And she's a pretty talented gymnast herself, Marley.
Oh, didn't know that.
Hey, that's what the Isaiah Green game notes say.
There you go.
Great SID for Pitt. Out to Chloe Clardy for 3. I'm going to guarantee you one of the next 2 threes that is attempted in this game is going to go in.
There you go. Okay.
These teams are a combined 0 for 16
I was just
right
going
now.
to say, the odds are against you, Kevin, but we'll see.
Make me sound good, Pitt. Johnson for 3.
Oh, Kevin,
I got one more. I got one more. 5. Travel, I was going to say. Did not think that was a charge. Nunu's kind of, Aguera's laughing about that one.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm not sure she thought she had a charge as well. But this is good for Stanford. You're getting Khadija Faye, who is the lifeline offensively for this Pitt team, frustrated. Not able to get to her spots. She's speeding up. Now you got to capitalize.
Ume, the good skip to Bosgana. That prediction didn't work out too well for me.
There we go. Oh, I was going to say maybe you should have said 3.
I was thinking about saying one of the next 3. I will promise that a 3-pointer will go in this game.
There you go. You got to. Third best scoring 3-point team in the country.
Oh, what a pass by Faye and a great cut, Brooklyn Miles. We got ourselves a 3-point ball game.
Khadija Faye with the court vision, especially seeing Brooklyn Miles, folks. That's not an easy find over her shoulder.
Great pass by Faye. Aguera loves going right. Nice rebound by Faye. It's her 7th carom corralled.
Great drive by Nunu Aguera, but even better being able for Pitt to get the one and done. Not letting a lot of offensive rebounds get going for Stanford, which they're capable of.
Faye wants it. Faye gets it. She's fouled on the floor. That will not count. It's on Ume.
Now, Kevin, this is actually a big part of Khadija Faye's game. It has nothing to do with actually scoring or defending. She gets other players in foul trouble just from her amazing footwork before the ball gets to her. She's incredibly physical, and she's going to make you as a defender want to get around her. And as you fight, you're going to end up in foul trouble.
She's going to get a quick breather. Only 8 healthy players for Pitt. So it's a short bench, and one of those players only plays 5 minutes a game. So really a 7-player rotation as Ogden and Chloe Clardy combine to force the turnover.
Pitt keeps trying to get off of screens and take their defender, but there's not much there.
Yeah, so they just had a player, Aislinn Malcolm, enter the transfer portal. It was announced last night. They have 3 players out to season-ending injuries, and another player was dismissed from the team earlier this season. Look, Dimitri around and out on a 3. These are some of these are halfway down.
And these are great shots. They're shots that Stanford typically takes. They're shots that are happening within the offense. They've moved the defense, got open looks. They're just not falling.
Yeah, Stanford, again, 39% from 3 on the season. 3rd in the country. Brooke Dimitri, another block on Elmore. Washington's open 3.
Stanford likes a good transition 3. Thought maybe that could have been the opportunity.
Dimitri.
With Khadija Faye out, this is the opportunity for Stanford to go inside.
Heel likes to go inside. And she traveled. That will take us to the under 5 mandatory. 4:27 to go in the first half. Still a low scoring one. Still looking for our first 3. But Stanford
Bucket on Khadija Faye. and get the ball back. I mean, this is what Brooke Dimitri, as you say, is capable of. And this is why she is their defensive anchor.
Yeah, she has to change the emphasis in her last name to that first syllable. Miles breaking the press herself. Beautifully run out of the timeout by Pitt.
Now, folks, that is game tape on how you break a press. Go straight, split the trap, and get the ball up in 2 passes. Oh, beautiful work by Pitt.
Nunu Aguirre, strong take inside, can't get it.
This is how Courtney Ogden has earned some more time on the floor on those offensive boards, being able to keep things going for Stanford.
Late clock, inside Dimitri, doubled. Good ball movement, and that's blocked by 5. It's her 4th block of the game already. She averages 2.6 swats per contest. Pitt looking to take the lead. Michaela Johnson, too strong.
She hit that shot earlier. She's definitely capable of that little pull-up mid-range shot, get something going. But this is what Stanford has to do. I wish they could have capitalized on it when Khadija Faye was out of the game, but this is what you have to do. Put some pressure on the rim.
And here's another look.
Khadija Faye with the great timing on that block. But again, fearlessness out of Elena Bosgana.
Well, former Stanford player Cameron Brink had a 10-block game last year for the Cardinal. Khadija Faye's on track for that tonight as Mary Ashley Stevenson finishes around the basket.
Going up strong.
Three-point lead, 3 minutes to go before halftime. Michaela Johnson still looking for that first 3. Pitt is 0 of 8. Stanford is 0 for 15. Bosgana open 3. Foul on the rebound.
Kevin, I'm not gonna lie. If you would have asked me today that we would have gotten to the second quarter with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left and not a 3 would have been hit yet, there's no way I could have predicted this. You're looking down the Pitt roster. You're looking down the Stanford roster. There are 30+ percentage point shooters from 3 on these teams.
In the year of our Lord 2025, no less.
Oh, another
not
one.
Quite. Yeah, there's a lid on the basket. 5 working hard inside. Draws a foul. That's the 4th team foul on Stanford. Back in the day, maybe 20, 30 years ago, there'd be games where a team wouldn't hit a 3. That just doesn't happen anymore.
I'm shocked that Khadija Faye did not take that free throw line extended shot. That is her look.
She hit one of those earlier. Had to rush that one a little bit. Bosgana draws a crowd. Ogden attacking the closeout. 5 to shoot. Gotta go. Gets a nice screen. Stepping through with the left. Dimitri blocked from behind by Faye.
But did you see the Ogden pump fake? That's what you gotta do, because Faye is gonna go for every shot.
Just a little short.
Elmore just said, oh my God. I think everyone is feeling a little bit of the weight of what not hitting these shots right now looks like.
I mean, Elmore's a 33% three-point shooter. She's capable. Washington's is 36%. She's capable. Audrey Biggs, who hasn't attempted a shot yet, she's 43% from downtown. High-low feed Ogden. I think she walked. So 3 in the key.
3-second violation.
Both teams right now really just struggling to get their things going, their offense going. And it's not just a mix of good defense either side of the ball, but it's also shots that are open that they typically
Yeah.
get. They're just not falling.
We've seen a lot of open threes both ways, shots that you would like if you're either Coach Verdi or Coach Pay.
Absolutely.
Washington gets a good look.
Just front iron.
Just a little short. A lot of these have looked good.
They look great. Pitt did travel last night, maybe a little fatigue in the legs, not sure.
Good box out by Washington. And you can more or less hold for one, just a 2-second difference between the two timers. Miles running the rock for Pitt.
Little horns action here. Let's see what screen she projected. Both screens.
Johnson too strong on the three. Bosgana's got 3 seconds. To the hoop. Scoops it up and in. What a shot.
Wow. When you thought you would have pulled up for three, takes it all the way down.
Thank you so much, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Nia. Thank you, Tori. A couple of free throws for Khadija Faye. This is a 3-point game. Clardy a long 2, and it's good.
Almost a three, Kevin. Almost there. We're getting closer.
We're waiting still. That's a travel. Michaela Johnson getting a little bit out of control.
But what I liked on the other end there is Clardy hit that shot. Little two-man game between Clardy and Aguera getting going. And when the ball went inside Aguera and they were double-teamed her, passed the ball back out, got things going again. That's how Clardy was able to get open.
We saw 33 combined points in the first half. We're going to see a lot more than 33 combined points in the second half. Nunu Aguera. Dimitri on the shot fake. Good kick. Chloe a wide open three. And Clardy has our first three of the game. It only took 29 attempts.
To a standing ovation from the crowd. I know everyone was holding their breath, but once again, what happened? Defense collapses on Brooke Dimitri. She passes the ball out. An open shot for Clardy.
Post up Faye. Good move, Khadija Faye.
That footwork is amazing inside, getting around the body of Dimitri, finishing off the glass.
Near double-double already for Khadija Faye with 8 points and 9 rebounds, and Nunu sticks the midi.
What I say, get the ball to Aguera in that high post, shot, drive, or pass. She can do all three.
Aguera 6 points, 2 rebounds. Averages just under 18 points per game. Washington.
Ajiwoye is relentless on defense.
Good skip. Pitt still looking for its first three, and that goes off the Panthers.
Defense collapses, pass out, keep that court vision open because your teammates can hit it. And here's Aguera, looked for the pass first, but had the open shot, takes it and nails it.
Chloe Clardy hit just 2 threes last year, was 2 of 20. It's been much better from downtown, 35% this season. Has another clean look.
Don't mind that one, hid behind her high post girl, got a little bit of space. Michaela Johnson finds her way to the basket. This is a player that redshirt sophomore, in talking to the Pitt staff, they're trying to get her confidence up a little bit. You saw her in the first half come off a screen, hit that midi off the screen, and now being able to take her defender to the basket. Pitt wants her to do more of this, be more aggressive, look for her shot a little bit more. Expect this player to, really pop out for Pitt, especially as they're trying to fill the hole of Liatu King, who has now departed from Pitt and gone over to Notre Dame and really made a mark there.
Yeah, she was the ACC most improved player last year, King. And with respect to Michaela Johnson, so she didn't play her senior year of high school, graduated early because of an injury, didn't play a ton last year at Colorado, so just hasn't played a lot of basketball, this being her 3rd year at college. She's from Anchorage, Alaska, and she wants to raise awareness about hoops in Alaska as Courtney Ogden hits the 2nd three of the game for the Cardinals.
It was only a matter of time before Stanford figured it out. Attack the basket, move the defense, get your shooters open.
Ogden with 5 points and 6 boards. Been really solid her last 3 games. Elmore on the take, blocked by Aguera. Ogden, that's a good looking shot.
And way to be ready on the wing. You know when Aguera's going to get that ball at that high post, she's going to draw a lot of attention. Courtney Ogden right on the wing, waiting for her shot. Was wide open, took it, found the bottom of the basket.
Battle gets a nice screen. Too strong from 17, but an offensive rebound. Deflection, Bosgana. Clardy in transition. Good skip by Aguera to Bosgana, too strong. Posting up 5. What a finish over Dimitri.
Elmore with the precision pass into Khadija Faye started that and giving her the ball where she needs it.
The Panthers create a turnover. Great outlet to Battle. What a pass by Washington.
Pitt starting to move in transition here. You want to score before the defense can get set up. Forcing a timeout call from Coach Hay.
Look at this kick.
The next class come in.
Saw the GOAT, Tara Vanderveer, in the house. She's here for every home game.
I don't know why I add another Vanderveer every time I say her name.
Vanderveer.
I just want to be extra because she deserves that.
Yeah. Courtney Ogden from 3. That'll make Tara Vanderveer happy. She applauds the Ogden triple.
I've talked about it. Courtney Ogden has been earning her minutes out on the floor. Not only hitting on the glass, but hitting her open shots.
Miles traveled, yep.
Too many steps.
Open on the skip. Elmore, that's way too much space to give someone who's also hit the very first 3 of this game.
Clardy, who also has a 3 in this game.
Oh yes, Ogden was the second 3, Clardy first.
Well, that one thrown a little bit behind, and here's Washington. It's all over it. Aguera tracking back with a strong take and finish for Marley Washington.
That is a crisp finish over Aguera. I definitely thought that was going to get blocked or tipped.
Washington's one of my favorite players to watch in the ACC. She's got some real sizzle to her game.
Absolutely. Super athletic, just quick, fast. I mean, love her game.
Clardy around and out. Offensive rebound, Bosgana, and it falls in.
As she smiles to the crowd. I'm sure she was shocked that went in too, that little reverse there.
They heard Kate Pay tell Nia Crittenden, her parents, Bosgana's parents, in the house, the first time they've ever seen Elena play at Stanford.
Wow. I can imagine that is a beautiful moment for her family to be here. And here she is, killing it right now for Stanford.
Points. Faye the rebound, and that will give her a double-double. And it's time for that pesky extra mandatory timeout in the second half. Stanford up 8, getting some offense. Here from Chloe Clardy. Clardy with 7 points. Make that Bosgana inside. But they were both professional players in Greece. They both competed in the top league in Greece.
Did you see the hands on the chins? They are locked in.
Yeah.
I love it for her.
Triple team of Faye. And she gets tied up. Possession arrow to Stanford.
There's Brooke Dimitri again, just being unforgiving on the defensive end. You bring that ball down, she's going to find a way to get wrapped up in it.
Brooke Dimitri, of course, as we've decided. Washington's almost got there. Almost gets the steal again.
And she's back up. I mean, man, feisty.
Quick on her feet. Ogden, happy to hear that whistle.
Second personal, number 11.
Zena, I would not want to be guarded by Marley Washington.
Absolutely not. She's unshakable on defense. You got to get that hand off there. And yes, she brought him up late. She's just trying to stay in front. I imagine that Marley was capable of playing any sport. Just how quick she is, agile she is.
He's guarding Clardy off ball a little bit, helps in on the drive and nearly gets a steal and does force the turnover. Great timing on that play by Marley Washington.
This is why, this type of play, this type of effort, this is why she was named a captain mid-season. That's not common, folks.
You don't hear that.
You don't hear that, folks. You establish who your captains are to start the year, and you stay with them. Working so hard that she earned the respect of her teammates to be able to get another captain added to the group.
And at her senior year of high school, 29.2 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 7.7 steals per game.
Different, folks.
No wheat, no rye. She bred different. Shout out Joel Ortiz. Michaela Johnson inside. Nice finish for the Alaskan.
Michaela Johnson with the touch around the basket. That's difficult, folks. Her body was going all the way to the left. She turns back, uses that right hand and floated up.
Kennedy Ume, a strong finish on 5.
Kevin, I'm loving the youngins showing up between Ogden and Ume, just doing what they need to do with their minutes. Folks, we got a little bit of scoring now.
Yeah.
Look at this score, 36-28.
So it was 19-14 at the half. Stanford scored 17 points already this quarter, and Pitt has matched their first half total of 14 points.
Wow. Got a ball game, folks.
Of course, we had the LSU-Oklahoma game that went 107-100 earlier today as Bosgana hits the 3, and Tori Verdi's going to call timeout as Stanford has their first double-digit lead of.
And being able to quickly shoot.
Miles bringing it up here for the Panthers. They give her the shot. She won't take it. 5 very comfortable with that look.
Great touch around the basket. You saw how high Faye had that, and all that move was the flick of the wrist. This is why Faye is on the radar of a few WNBA scouts, and talking to Pitt staff, they've had some calls about her.
Yeah, you average nearly 18 points and 9 rebounds per game in the ACC. WNBA scouts are going to look at you.
Absolutely.
And in the next couple of years, Zena, there's going to be a lot more roster spots to fill with these new teams coming on.
A lot more roster spots to fill and a lot more opportunity, especially as teams start to look at the transfer portal, trying to find ways to make themselves stand out. Right now, it's a cool thing to go pro, okay? Yeah. It's a cool thing to go pro, and it's a cool thing to go pro here in the States. So definitely imagine a lot more players going to want to get themselves on the radars as Faye hits there. Again, off the O boards. Stanford's got to push her out.
Faye is just a menace, 14 points and 11 rebounds. It is right there, despite this 3-point onslaught in the second half for Stanford. It's just a 7-point game, Zena.
They're doing what they're supposed to do, and you mentioned there's 11 rebounds for Faye. You forgot the biggest part. 7 offensive.
Yes.
7 offensive rebounds for Khadija Faye. Khadija Faye. She is what you would call someone that has a nose for the ball. Someone that finds her way to the basket. Got to put her body on her as soon as the shot goes up.
It's her 9th double-double of the season, and 2nd in her last 3 games, 3rd in her last 5.
This is what Faye can do, and that's why she is the center and focal point of this offense particularly.
Just inside a minute left here, 3rd quarter. Both teams have eclipsed their first half scoring totals in the 3rd quarter alone. Dimitri fading away and connecting.
Love that out of bounds play for Dimitri. She's coming to the ball. She can square up perfectly on that short corner shot. And again, finishes above all the defenders.
Faye, face up, automatic.
Flick of the wrist. Keeps that ball up, that water polo ball. Don't let the ball come down. Turn and shoot. Really quick finish for 5.
Grew up playing soccer, started playing basketball at 12 years old. Shot clock is off.
Ogden.
That's a
Great
shot
move, though.
It's a shot that better go in if you're going to take it with 15 seconds left and the shot clock off. They've weathered the storm. They were down 11. Washenitz to Miles. We have a foul away from the ball, and it's going on 5.
3 seconds.
3 in the key, yep, sorry. Yeah, Faye thought the shot had gone up. That's why she was camped down low. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter. So, and they held SMU to 3 made 2s the entire game. Just incredible. Kevin Dana, Zena Kata, Naya Crittenden with you here from Maples Pavilion.
Now this right here, this is Pitt's go-to play. They have flare screens set up of horns off of the free throw, and they literally just get the ball to the wing just so Khadija Faye can post up. Imagine that you're going to see that play a lot moving forward as Ume gets the foul inside.
Defends Faye well on one end, sprints the floor, draws the foul on the other.
Faye just too slow to try to get her position around Ume, and this is what Ume can bring to the post position. As you mentioned earlier, Kevin, there aren't a lot of true posts out here. There's a lot of agile, multi-skilled players in Agera and Brooke Dimitri, Courtney Ogden, Mary Ashley Stevenson, but Kennedy Ume is a true sized post. She uses her strength to get on the block, doesn't look to shoot outside a lot. That is where she makes her living in the paint.
Makes both free throws. She'll take a seat. 4 points for the number 44 overall recruit, according to ESPNW Hoop Girls from Columbia, Maryland. Faye, 18-footer.
That shot is butter, Kevin.
Butter.
It is smooth, it's easy, it's simple, and it doesn't touch the rim. It goes straight through.
18 and 12 for Faye, just putting together a monster game after a slow start. Washenitz beating Bosgana to the spot, and a foul there.
Third personal, number 3, Michaela Elmore.
Goes on Elmore. Her second team foul already on Pitt. Dimitri. The off Bosgana.
And there you go. Once again, though, Bosgana playmaking, getting inside the paint. Very elusive, very wily. Very just getting into the paint. You don't track her, she gonna get on the boards.
Wiley, I like that one.
Oh, yeah.
Looking to get it to Faye. Hand in her face.
That does not sway her.
No, she did not look bothered by it at all. Clardy, catch and shoot.
Clardy gets up off his one knee. I mean, that's frustrating, but that's what Stanford can do. Elena Bosgana drives into the paint, calls some people over, leaves Clardy wide open on the opposite wing, dishes it out.
Nice shot fake, Washenitz. Can't get the roll, unfortunately, for her.
Washenitz just struggling tonight. 2 of 11 from the floor. This is uncharacteristic, but where she's making it up is on defense.
Ogden traveled.
And guess what just happened? Washenitz helping on ball side, something I'm not necessarily fond of, but digs in and gets Ogden a little bit tripped up.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because Tori Verdi says sometimes she makes rotations you don't want her to make, but she'll still draw a charge or get a steal or something.
There you
like
go. I mean, the good thing you want out of Washenitz is that when she digs in, she can recover quickly. But here's Elena Bosgana getting deep into the paint and keeping her head up. The only reason I say no is because her mid-range is lethal. Now, let's remember, Asia Wilson didn't really get a three-point shot until just this past season. But what did she always have? Post moves down low and a nasty mid-range.
Yeah.
If you can get a reverse pivot, a face-up jumper in the midi, I think you're solid as a post.
And that's why I asked, because she is so effective in the mid-range that it makes you think that there is a future for her as a three-point shooter.
Yes, and that's something you can train in the offseason for sure. She's got a great release.
Tough shot.
I thought that was going in. She has some bank shot beauties that she's put up so far.
Stanford leads by 10, and they will slow it down. Daring Ijiboye to shoot. Bosgana will. Offensive rebound.
New shot clock.
Aguera. That's offensive.
One thing about Aguera, she's a sturdy player. And she will use those broad shoulders to create some space for herself inside. She went a little hard as Faye is still on the ground, getting helped up by her teammates.
Hopefully she's okay. Talking about Nunu having a great sophomore season. And good to see Faye get up. But Nunu doesn't have big aspirations in life, only wants to become president of the United States.
Oh, casual. You know, these are the types of things that come out of Stanford.
Yes.
The kind of aspirations you can have coming out. But I love that mentality. It actually really shows off why Aguera just approaches everything with such a fierceness and a confidence.
First year she'd be eligible to run for president 2040. Keep that in the back of your mind.
Probably can get
2040 presidential ballot.
There you go. Probably can get a few years playing pro before then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Second team foul. Elena Bosgana in for the Cardinal.
Who finds themselves at the line again? Johnson behind Faye. This has been the most productive player. Michaela Johnson just being able to get to the line, draw some contact, and make something happen inside the paint.
Second on the team at 10 points per game. Here are some other professional hoopers from Alaska. Alyssa Peely, Ruthie Eber,
Yes.
Kelsey Griffin back in the day was more my time. And then on the men's side, Carlos Boozer, Trajan Langdon, Mario Chalmers.
You talk about a player with some crazy footwork, that is almost appealing.
Yes.
But because of her size, she needs a three-point shot. She's not always going to be able to find that size inside, so.
And she's got a three-point shot.
She's got a three-point shot, exactly.
Great USC Trojan and Utah U. Courtney Ogden, what a take.
Courtney Ogden having a night.
Go inside, Faye bothered, and she was fouled. Looked like Dimitri just got up underneath her a little bit.
I'm telling you right now, Kevin, Ogden is playing her way up the scouting reports of Stanford's future opponents. The way that she is getting her shots, not only outside, but also using that first quick step to the basket. She's got size on her, but the way she's attacking the basket is very wing guard-like.
Third straight really solid game for Courtney Ogden after a couple of scoreless games. Here's the foul.
Dimitri with her hands straight up, but I don't know if I thought that was a foul. I thought her hands were straight up the whole time. She might have got her with the underbody, but this is what Faye does. She creates contact.
I thought the foul, if there was one, was down low. Faye 1 point shy of 20. Washenitz. Pitt looking for their first three of the game. They are 0 for 14 now. They've only attempted 2 threes in the second half.
And I don't mind that. If you know you're not hitting, go where you are. And here's Pitt's press. I've been waiting for this. I've seen it on film. This is what they do, speeding up teams, trapping on as soon as you get to half court. I'm actually shocked. There are two things that I saw on film when I was watching Pitt that they bring out often, which is one, that press, but two, their 2-3 defense. That with Khadija Faye holding down the middle of the paint. They've been in man pretty much all night.
Yeah, that's a good observation.
There you go.
Good ball movement there from Stanford to evade pressure.
Birdie clapping it up. I think he's finally going to continue bringing out this press just to get Stanford
Dimitri.
set up.
Good on the three, and Pitt gets the stop.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Stanford looked frenetic there. They looked frantic. Pitt definitely got them a little bit uncomfortable there.
This is a young team. They got 3 underclassmen, 3 sophomores on the floor right now with their 2 seniors, Dimitri and Bosgana. 5 from the mid-range. That one might have slipped out of her hands a little bit. Miles, great steal. Pushing the other way for Pitt. Behind the back, blocked by Dimitri.
Dimitri just stopped a highlight there and made one of her own. Brooklyn Miles thought she almost had that around the back. Look at this, baby, that little Harlem Globetrotter move, but Dimitri said, baby, this is Cardinal Town. You're not having that on our court, are you kidding me?
That was awesome all the way around.
All the way around.
That'll be a foul on Dimitri, and that'll be the 4th team foul on Stanford.
Brooke Dimitri on display.
3 blocks for Brooke.
She'll have to head out because what did Faye do as she battles her way to the block, gets people in foul trouble.
Johnson pestered by Ogden. Late clock here for the Panthers.
High ball screen, let's see what happens.
Schnitz with one, just had to run one up and in off the window. Toughest shot she's taken all game. She's got a smile on her face.
Now, Kevin, you know I also cover the Golden State Warriors. And that was a Brandon Pajemski shot if I haven't seen it.
Yes, it was. They're lefties.
There you go.
Aguera, another lefty. Gets it back.
I'm still stuck on that floater bank shot. What a pretty shot.
It's impressive. Aguera drawing the foul. Madam President to the line.
There you go. Through the legs, got to get it up over the tall, long body of Elena Bosgana. I didn't really realize who was guarding her. What a pretty floater.
Maybe she teaches that in her Locked In with Marley virtual hoop training sessions for kids.
Now, I know I made an NBA reference, but I'll give you a WNBA. That was a pretty Vandersloot move.
Yes.
You know? The little through the legs, down low to the floor, getting the ball around and over some trees. Wow, I'm not over it. That was great. That was a great basket.
Vandersloot played her last ever collegiate game against Stanford in the Elite Eight, Spokane, 2011.
Wow.
Kind of looked like the stars were aligning for Gonzaga to get to the Final Four that year. They had the Sweet 16 in their backyard. Courtney's a senior. The Cardinals said,
Took care of business, similar to Brooke Dimitri's been doing tonight.
That's for sure. Johnson too strong.
Did you see the air that Nuno Garrett just got on that rebound?
Garrett can get up there.
Yes, she can. I love how active Mary Ashley Stevenson is about coming to the ball, asking for the ball.
Almost got an offensive rebound there, but Faye, the best rebounder on the floor, gets her 13th. Elmore. Pitt still looking for their first 3 of the game. 0 for 15 now. Faye's trailing the play. Chance to go inside for the Cardinal. But this also not a bad decision. That's a clock
And that was a bad decision.
yes.
Faye just getting a little too aggressive trying to get that ball out of Aguera's hand. I like the idea, but if you don't have the positioning in front, you gotta let that go.
And especially when Stanford's in the bonus.
Correct.
Aguera at the line, shooting 2.
So Guerra hasn't been a scoring game for her, but has contributed with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and there's her 9th point. One of 4 NCAA underclassmen, averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. The only ACC player to do that in the last decade, Virginia Tech's Elizabeth Kitley 4 years ago.
Kitley, what a great post player. I'm excited to see her get some action in the W after being hurt last year with ACL tear.
12-point lead for the Cardinal. Faye inside, strong. She good.
That's as tough a move as you're gonna have. I mean, Stevenson had a hand on the ball, and she just muscled her way up to the basket.
Khadija Faye is balling tonight. 21 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Another bucket or 2 should do it for the Cardinal. Guerra can't get it.
Would have liked for Guerra to pass out there. She drew 2. One of her teammates was open.
It's still alive.
Ooh, Washington's against Ijiwoye. That's a battle.
Johnson in the mid-range, and we got an 8-point game. This ain't over.
Pitt's got to continue to get Michaela Johnson involved. Use that high post play. 2-man game on one side. You can go the other way, make a read. Got nothing out of it that time.
7 to shoot for Stanford. Clardy pull up. Stevenson keeping it alive for Ogden. That is a huge offensive rebound.
I mean, she's a magnet to the ball.
And then a foul by Miles.
Faye with the bounce as Stevenson was in front of her. Then Stevenson again got burned by Michaela Johnson with the nice midi pull-up.
Johnson with 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. She's north of her scoring average. Clardy at the line. Entering tonight, 76% from the stripe. These are her first 2 free throw attempts.
What Pitt needs right now is just one more person to step up. As Johnson is continuing to cook in the mid-range, Khadija Faye taking care of things down low, they just need one more person to get going, and particularly from 3.
Yes, they need to do something they haven't done the first 38 minutes and 47 seconds of this game.
And
Make some threes.
Make a triple.
54-44. Timeout, Tori Verdi. He's got 1 left after this one. We'll keep it here.
Side. But somebody's going to get tore up for not putting a body on Faye. Because that's got to be the top of the scouting report.
I know who has a scout. I'm not going to say their name.
Okay, there you go. I know they are fuming inside. Like, come on, folks. Look, put a butt on her.
I will say, generally speaking, the person who did the scout did a really good job because Pitt has 44 points.
I agree with that, absolutely. But you know, perfection, right? You want to get to a point where you're doing everything right. And I know that at the top of the scout for Faye, it was box her out. And also stay in front, get around from her.
Yeah. Not an easy person to box out, for sure.
Not at all.
Shea Ijiwoye at the line. Pitt playing the foul game as Shea has been improving on that free throw as the season has gone on. 40% coming in. It was lower, and it's a good-looking free throw. She goes 2 for 2.
Looks great. Like the deep breath she took before she puts it up.
The first Stanford women's basketball player to wear a digit higher than 5 on her jersey. They just made that change to the college game a couple of years ago where you could have a 6, 7, 8, or 9 on your shirt.
Too many steps.
It's a travel called on Faye.
Faye was shocked. Travel? She thought it was a foul.
She got bumped.
Yeah.
That is her 7th turnover, but when you have the ball on 100% of possessions, you will turn it over a couple of times.
Trust me, the scouts they're not fazed by that. Looking at everything in the production she's put out tonight, look at this press.
tie-up.
Pitt. I mean, Panthers, makes sense. The way they pounced on that ball.
Oh, I
Wow.
see what you did there.
Oh, yeah. That was impressive.
Yeah, scrappy group here, the Pitt Panthers. Pittsburgh, for those who are watching this on the West Coast, beautiful city. You got to check out Pittsburgh if you haven't had the chance.
Travel agency?
I was there for the Cal Pitt football game in October.
There you go.
Faye stripped. And it goes off Faye's leg.
If you were just tuning into this game, you'd be like, man, Stanford is putting in some work guarding Faye, but she is still 21 points. 21 points, 15 rebounds. That's a tough player.
Well, Pitt's really going to make Stanford earn this one.
Yeah.
I would imagine that unless Pitt hits a 2 or a 3 next time down, that this is their last time fouling. At some point, you just run out of time.
Yeah.
Clardy at the line, shooting 2.
And if Stanford does hold on, this is a big win for the Cardinal. Again, you're counting every conference victory you can get to stay above the cut line for the ACC tournament.
Absolutely. And don't let Pitt's record deter you, confuse you, make you think that, this is going to be an easy win or a scheduled win. No, this team is tough. They made Stanford battle. And let's just remember what that first half score looked. Did you see the other Michaela at Vanderbilt? 53 points. A new NCAA freshman scoring record.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice take there by Michaela Johnson.
I'm happy Michaela Johnson's having this game. Even though it's a loss in the sense of not being able to get going early, I'm happy that she's getting this now.
Well, Michaela Blake's, her brother Jalen Blake's plays here.
Yes.
For the Stanford men's team.
And in the same week, they hit game
winners.
winners.
Well, that'll do it. Final score from Stanford here on Tara Vanderveer Court at Maples Pavilion. Stanford 58, Pitt 46.